Well, a real sad story here. The man who helped bring the Oxford 250 to Maine has passed away. Racing icon Bob Bahre died at the age of 93. Bahre was the Grand Marshal at last year's Oxford 250. He owned Oxford Plains Speedway from 1964 to 1987, with the first 250 race taking place back in 1974. After selling the track, Bahre then went on to build New England's only super speedway, New Hampshire Motor Speedway in Loudon. Bahre helped bring NASCAR's biggest and brightest stars to the Granite State. Maine Senator Susan Collins weighing in today, in part saying, quote, "Bob was an icon in the racing industry and a truly beloved member of the Oxford Hills community. Bob will long be remembered not only for his contributions to the sport of racing, but also for his philanthropic support for his community and our state." Earlier today, I spoke with Maine racing legend Ricky Craven about the passing of Bob Bahre.
I want to be very clear that Bob Bahre was a very good friend, and he was also a mentor, and at times he was counsel for me. I'm sincere in saying that I don't think my career could have had the trajectory that it had without his influence, and I'm so thankful that I connected with Bob and can call him a friend.
Bill Green covered Bahre for many years and is now the executive director of the Maine Sports Hall of Fame. He reflects on what made Bob Bahre great.
And he took Oxford Plains and took it from a rural racetrack into a national short track, and then sold it, parlayed that into New Hampshire National Speedway, which was a road course when he got it, built a super speedway, and brought NASCAR to New England for 2 races.
See all these people screaming and howling in the stands, and makes you feel good to think, you say, hell, I must have done something right.
For the past 13 years, Bob Bahre and his son Gary have been the driving force behind New Hampshire International Speedway. Today, NHIS is one of only a handful of tracks to have 2 Winston Cup races each and every season.
We're very fortunate to have 2 days because a lot of the tracks only, have 1. So we've been pretty lucky guys.
But success hasn't come without a price. In the spring of 2000, promising young drivers Adam Petty and Kenny Irwin both lost their lives after crashing during practice runs. Since the tragedies, the Bahres have been strong proponents for the new soft walls, which still need NASCAR's approval.
Owner Bob Bahre hopes to make it safer for them to race here. He wants to put soft walls in along the turns, and he says NASCAR could approve the technology as soon as this weekend.
We had a couple bad ones here, and God, you think about them every day, and you just want to get it, you just feel better. In one sense, I think NASCAR is smart because what they want to do is make sure they don't make a mistake. And I think it'll happen in the spring, and we want to be one of the first to do it.
Bahre has seen enough tragedy at his track and others. He says he's willing to spend whatever it takes to make it safer, so he can start focusing on the things that first drew him to racing.
The fans are happy, and you take in, you fill the grandstands. You naturally do it to make money, but it's kind of nice to stand out here in the infield and look up and see 100,000 people. You figure, hell, I had to do something right.
A businessman is giving Oxford the North End Fire Station so they can build an even bigger and better one. Bob Bahre, a local developer, owns the land in the building right now, and he plans to transfer the deed to the town so they can build a newer station that can fit newer, more modern trucks inside. The town has leased the building since 1969. It currently houses an engine and an ambulance. The main fire station in Oxford is about 5 miles away on the south end of town.
Bahre, who once upon a time owned Oxford Plains Speedway, never dreamed stock car racing would take off like it has.
Well, I always thought it would go, but to be honest with you, I didn't think it would go quite as fast as it has now. Right now, I think it's still growing, but it's leveled off.
Local racing legend and former Oxford Plains Speedway owner Bob Bahre, who got this race started way back in 1974, serving as tonight's Grand Marshal. At Oxford Plains Speedway, David, CBS 13 Sports. A memorial service was held at Oxford Plains Speedway today for former track owner Bob Bahre, who passed away last Friday. A former Cup driver and Maine native Ricky Craven was on hand to remember his very dear friend, along with NASCAR Vice President Mike Helton and longtime racing announcer Kenny Squire. Back in 1987, Bob Bahre sold Oxford Plains Speedway and went on to build New Hampshire International Speedway. Bob Bahre was 93.
I'm not afraid to say this. I love Bob Bahre for all that he stood for and all that he represented. I learned from Bob that you can be a father and you can have a son and you can be best friends with your son. I have that. Every day, I hear from my son. And I incorporated that because of what I witnessed, because of what Bob Bahre demonstrated.
Despite all the heartaches and headaches that come with owning a racetrack, Bob Bahre wouldn't have it any other way. And he's hoping to stay in the fast lane for years to come.
You know, I enjoy it and I like it, and I plan to stay there, but, you know, it's all up to the good Lord. You could say tomorrow you're done.